What's up, guys? Randy Orton fan 2011, and I'm back here once again for round 13 of 24 in season 2 of the PORWC Pepsi Cup series. This is the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 500. So of course we got 42 drivers, 42 drivers all looking for a big win here at Denver, Colorado. This is a very large track, of course. It's actually a super speedway and a road course together because there is one right-hand turn. And joining me on the booth here is two very talented guys, one who actually creates cars and are defending PORWC Pepsi Cup Series champion. That is Jake Rogers and Dillon Poteet. How are you doing, guys?
I'm doing good.
All right, Jake. Give me your insight on this. When you go into a track such as Denver or Pigs Cliff, that's both a super speedway and a road course at the same time. What do you think is the biggest factor when a driver goes through this course?
Well, it's a regular track, not a road course. You have to do like a left-hand turn. This track, of course, you can do left, right, and etc. But at super speedway at the same time, yeah, that can be confusing sometimes.
Yes, and we've seen some hectic racing here in practice and qualifying. Dillon, as a defending Pepsi Cup Series champion, tell me, what is it like when you raced here in season 1? What was your feeling like when you raced at a track such as Pigs Cliff?
Pigs Cliff definitely challenged my skills as a race car driver, and it was very tough. And I'm not the biggest road courses, but I manage pretty well sometimes. Sometimes I jump, but you just have to know what you're doing, just hit your mark, and you should have a pretty day to stay with trouble and fuel my kind of problem. Just manage your fuel well and stuff. And just with your crew chief, and you should do good to stay with trouble.
All right, thank you very much, Dillon. We will take a look at our starting lineup, then look at the two in-race reporters in the field, then we'll get the command to fire up the engine, so stay tuned.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. I've full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert.
That was look at your starting lineup. Sean Henley, our previous race winner, is actually starting on the pole for the second time this season. So props to Sean Henley. He could possibly be a factor as we head into the closing stages of the regular season. Michael Norman has somewhat been on a hot streak, but he hasn't done well lately. I feel Michael Norman could possibly be a threat for the wild card, don't you think, guys? Because he's 18th in the points right now, and he has 5 top 10 finishes in the past 7 races. Do you think Michael Norman could be a factor for the wild card?
He could be. He's on a hot streak right now. I mean, anytime you have 5 top 10s in the last 7 races or whatever the situation is, it's always a good mark. He has a lot of momentum right now. His confidence has to be at sky high right now. Maybe he'll break through and get a victory pretty soon, and maybe he can even end up in the top 10 in points and not need the wild card. What do you think, Jake?
I think he might have a chance of even winning this race, because he got it. He can be a tough competitor like this.
Well, you know, Michael Norman didn't do very well in the early part of the season. After 5 races, he was down to 39th in the points, but all it took was a podium finish at Quebec City, and then after 7 races, 5 top 10 finishes out of the past 7 races. He has moved his way into wild card spot contention. He does have a podium finish, so he currently holds one of the wild card spots. Yours truly is starting in 3rd. Well, here's one of our in-race reporters, Charles Jackson in the 9 car. Hey, Charles, you got a copy?
Mm-hmm.
So Charles, now that you got some experience from the GameStop Cup Series, what is your mindset as you head into the Pepsi Cup Series race version of this race? And now that it will be a little longer, what is your mindset as you go through this? Now that you have a bit of experience with this track under your belt.
Well, my mindset going into the Cup Series race is that, there should be a little bit more, a little bit more experienced drivers, and should be hopefully making 2 laps going okay, and stay patient to have a good point in the race, and then make my moves later.
All right, thank you very much, Charles. Good luck in this race. Charles Jackson will be starting 4th. And our other in-race reporter, that is Seth Cole, he'll be starting 5th. Seth, do you have a copy?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Seth, you didn't do very well in the GameStop Cup Series race. So now that you got that over with, what is your mindset as you head into the Pepsi Cup Series race? Are you going to do things a little differently, or are you going to stick to the same thing that could at least help you finish the race?
Well, I think I kind of want to look back on Game Cup Series as a kind of our mold and kind of like a little bit of a learning period on what we're going to do here in this race. But really, I think whatever happens to us really is up to the rest of the drivers. I really don't think that anything is going to change. They were racing real hard in the Game Cup Series, and I think that even though there may be a little bit more experienced veterans in this field, I think the same thing's going to happen. I think these drivers want the prize, they want the win, and they're going to do whatever they can to get it. This track is just so challenging, and I think they're going to try and get to the front early. So we'll just ride around, try and hope that we can stay out of trouble. But I really don't think that there's any strategy that can be played out here at the racetrack, because I think pretty much you have to leave it up to luck. Just hope you're in the right spot at the right time to miss the wrecks when they happen. But I really think that there's going to be almost a copy of what we had in Games Up Cup Series, where all heck's going to break loose whenever the green flag drops.
All right, thank you very much, Seth. Good luck. You are starting in the 5th position. Here's our current points leader, Dillon Poteet, in 7th. And guys, what do you think? What do you think about this race? Aaron Williams, who is 2nd in the points, he is starting 3rd, and Dillon Poteet, our points leader, is starting 7th. Do you think Poteet is going to be able to keep that points lead? He only has about a 6-point margin ahead of Aaron Williams at this point. But guys, do you think he'll be able to keep the points lead, or is he going to lose it just like that?
Well, I mean, they're both in the top 10, so... Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Well, I think he's going to lose. He's not going to take the points lead. But Aaron Williams is going to take. He's still going to be the points leader.
What about Dillon? What about your insight? What do you think about this?
Well, they're both starting very close to each other, the top 10 and starting 3rd and 7th, respectively. So they're going to have a really good chance at both battling for the win in this race. I mean, it could even be closer. The points could even be closer than it is now at the end of this race. They could be closer margin. They could even be almost tied if they both run this well. As we all know, Aaron does have the advantage starting off in 3rd. He's already ahead of Dillon, but don't count out Dillon. He has a good car starting 7th. They'll probably both racing for the win today. But, I mean, it could either way who'd be winning points. And one of them, so one could end up taking the points lead away. Like, Aaron could take the points lead from Dillon if there was a problem with Dillon's car today. But we'll wait and see. It should be some good racing today.
All right, thank you very much, guys. And then we'll go through the rest of the top 10. Justin Perry is starting 8th. Then we have Alexander Dawson starting 9th. And Ryan Cooper will be rounding out the top 10 starting spots. All right, Dillon, it's your turn to give us that all-famous command, those famous words in motorsports. Go for it, dude.
I'll be glad to. Ladies and gentlemen, drivers, start your engines!
And the fans are all cheering here, and they're ready to go. Here we go. The cars are rolling. 12 laps here at Denver. This is going to be a good one. Like I said, this race will be 12 laps, so lap 6 will be considered the halfway point. So guys, now that Sean Henley is actually only the 3rd repeat winner since in this series. He's only one of 3 drivers that have at least 2 wins at this point. So, but do you think Sean Henley could possibly go for win number 3 here if he keeps his cool?
Well, I think he'll win here if he keeps his cool, because you saw what he did at the last race.
All right, boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls! in Denver. We'll take a look at what happens near the back of the pack, as this is where a lot of mayhem starts. Of course, you know, just the slightest slip up by one driver could mean the end of the race for many others. And Aaron Williams has taken the lead away from Sean Henley for the moment, as he takes the lead. And there you see Seth Cole, Sean Henley battling for the second position. Looks like Michael Norman, Charles Jackson battling for fifth. And the rivals, Alexander Dawson and Dillon Poteet, they're close to each other as well. The caution is out. Oh, man! Oh, man, the big one! Oh, man! Just like that, the caution is out. It's a race back to the start-finish line. Holy crap.
Oh, he's wrecked.
Oh, man, Joseph Clark, the rookie.
Wow.
Heavy damage on that 21 car. Oh, Trent Dunham started near the front, and he is done for the day.
It can get confusing sometimes.
Oh, man, Danny Wells is on pit road, the guy that won the GameStop Cup Series race. Oh, man, a tough break for Danny Wells.
Looks sweet this weekend for Danny. It doesn't look like today.
And as they head back to the start-finish line, it looks like Aaron Williams will lead the field back to the start-finish line, as we see that on the
The
leaderboard.
valuable bonus point just picked up there as well.
Of course, Aaron Williams will get 1 bonus point for leading a lap. But man, just like that, we get an early wreck, and that was not what we were looking for. But that's one thing you expect when you race at a track like this.
Did the point leader make it through that? I didn't quite see right there.
Well, we're looking for Dillon Poteet, and Dillon Poteet is back in the 8th position. He did fall a spot, but he's still... I'm not sure. I think he was in front of that, but we'll have to see. We'll take a look at what brought the caution. Stay tuned.
There.
Alright, but we'll take a look at what brought the caution. Stay tuned. Alright, here's what brings out our first caution of the race. You're going to see Justin Perry in the 18 car. Gonna bump drive Dylan Young in the 16. And that dangerous left rear quarter panel. Like I said, you know, it's very dangerous to bump draft on that left rear quarter panel, don't you think? Because, of course, as we've seen in many other races, if you bump draft someone on that left rear quarter panel, then you get them at the wrong time in the turn, you're going to start a big wreck. Oh man, and then right there, this is what starts everything. You see here, Justin Perry is gonna turn Dylan Young sideways, and then Alyssa Anderson and Alexander Jones just nowhere to go. There you see Danny Wells, the GameStop Cup Series race winner, gets into Alyssa Anderson. That's enough to get him loose, into Ryan Cooper, and then into Justin Perry. And there you see Pichu got a piece of that one. And look at this, Trent Dunham just gets turned from behind, and oh man, look at this. Hold on, we're trying to figure out where Trent Dunham's gonna take a hard hit right around here. Oh man, Trent Dunham takes a hard hit from Marco Rossi. Then Liam Irvin gets involved too. And now Alyssa Anderson flipped over somehow. We're trying to figure out who flipped her over. Oh man, Joseph Clark just slams into her in the driver door. Oh my god. And that's not good for the gal who's currently 12th in the points. Oh man. Alyssa Anderson, that's not going to help her out in the wild card chase. And then Trent Dunham, the knockout blow to Trent Dunham. There it is. And there's two more knockout blows before Trent Dunham officially gets knocked out. Let's take a look at that again. You see here, he's going to hit Alyssa Anderson. And then as you see, Ryan Cooper and Joseph Clark are also going to get into him. Man, just a tough break for Trent Dunham, guys. Especially considering that he's in the wild card chase now. Man, that is not what Trent Dunham wanted.
He actually started near the front, too. He actually fallen back.
Well, it's because...
That's up in that mess.
And Danny Wells, man, a tough break for Danny Wells, who won the GameStop Cup Series race. He just gets turned around, and it all starts from Justin Perry. And then Alyssa Anderson hits him. He gets into Ryan Cooper, and then that spins him out. And look at this. Look at this mess. There you see Randy Carpenter getting a piece of that one, and then Pichu gets into Danny Wells, and then Ryan Cooper's going to give another hit to him as well. What a mess.
Ooh, that's a mess. Look at all the carnage. Cars everywhere.
12 cars, officially 12 cars got involved in this wreck. Unbelievable, and I mean that in a bad way. Now we're going to take a look at what the race back to the line was. It looks like it was just between 8 cars. We'll fast forward through this. And it looks like Aaron Williams beat the field back to the start-finish line, followed by Seth Cole. Looks like Alexander Dawson will be 3rd, Charles Jackson 4th, and Barney Ward will be in the 5th position. Guys, that was not what we were looking for in a track like this, but that's just one thing you do expect when racing at super speedways like this. We'll be right back for more green flag racing right after this. Don't go away. We're back. Pace cars giving us the 1 to go. Aaron Williams, your leader, followed by Seth Cole, Alexander Dawson, Charles Jackson, Barney Ward. That is your top 5. That's Michael Norman, Sean Henley, Dillon Poteet, Dylan Young, and Alexander Jones, 6th through 10th. We're going to see if we can get a word from Seth Cole here, who's currently in 2nd place. Seth, when you saw that wreck behind you, what were you thinking as you saw the wreck behind you?
Well, actually, I didn't really get to see very much of it because it happened behind us, but my crew chief certainly filled me in on what was going on, and the one thing that he said that kind of spoke to me over the radio was that the 51 was involved, and of course, we know that Jay Wells won the GameStop Cup Series race here, so I think that just proves how unpredictable this track is with the fact that it took out a guy who won at it just a few days ago. So I really think that the track is really not done with the carnage it's brought about, but certainly it was the way I was expecting this race was going to start off.
All right, thank you very much, Seth. And at this point, it looks like Alexander Dawson will be... Oh, look out! Oh, Dawson is around! There they go! Oh, man! Oh, no! Oh, no! Jack Richards got a piece of that. Dylan Young... Oh, look out! Dylan Young flipping over. Holy crap.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. And Seth Cole got a piece of that one, too. Sean Henley, the previous race winner, he is done for the day. Oh, my God.
When the world happened?
That was not what we were looking for, and another big one. Holy crap. Oh! Oh, my God, Sean Galligan. Sean Galligan took a hard hit on the inside. Oh, man. Sean Galligan. Not a good break for Sean Galligan, who's currently in the wild card chase. That's not going to help him out at all. And we're trying to figure out who the leader is. It looks like it's Michael Norman who is the leader. But another big wreck, and that was I don't know. We got another big wreck that took out a lot of cars. That took out a lot of cars, especially Alexander Dawson, Barney Ward, and of course we saw Seth Cole got involved in that one. We might get an insight from Seth Cole and Charles Jackson, our other in-race reporter, as we take a look at what brought our second caution of the race. Stay tuned. All right, here's what brings out our second caution of the race. And, well, I think this is very reminiscent of what we have seen in the past. Look at this. Dillon Poteet going to get his rival Alexander Dawson loose. And that was all he needed to get him out of the race. And that's just the rival.
Yeah, they're not getting cookies anytime soon or Thanksgiving card or anything.
Well,
yeah, I agree.
Yep, I don't think so, because those guys, there's no loss between those two drivers. And then we're going to rewind just a little bit here. We're going to see who else gets involved. But here you see once Alexander Dawson goes sideways, he's going to get into Sean Henley and then Barney Ward, and then Barney Ward's going to get into Seth Cole. Oh, man. And then they're going to collect...
a great run today, too.
Yeah, Seth Cole is had a chance at the win there. And there you see the rest of the cars. They were checking up. And then right around here, you're going to see James Cole's in the 93 car. He's going to get into the 2 of Jack Richards. And then someone gets hit from behind. Oh, wait, Barney Ward just clips James McLeod. And then Christopher Martin and Red Bull just nowhere to go. And, man, Seth Cole and then Michael Dawson, heavy damage. Seth Cole just nowhere to go. Man. But then there was another wreck that happened behind them. There were more wrecks that happened behind them. And, you know, this is just reminiscent of just super speedway racing. You know, you get yourself in the wrong position at the wrong time, and then it's going to cost you. Well, here's what other wrecks, minor wrecks are happening. Hiroshi Kato is going to get into Dion Scott. Going to get Dion Scott into the apron. Dion Scott didn't like that. So he's going to get Hiroshi Kato into the wall and himself. Then something happened behind them. It looks like it was Looks like it was Liam Ervig and Pichu. Well, you saw Pichu get into Liam Ervig in the 3 car, and Liam didn't like that. He goes back, and then Pichu's gonna go back up the racetrack, and then he's gonna get into Danny Wells. But then somehow Danny Wells is gonna get involved in this, so he might have got involved in that second wreck. Oh, and then right around there you see the cars. They are just wrecking in front of him. Right here you're gonna see here from our bird's eye view camera, Alexander Dawson. The wreck's not over because there you see Justin Perry. Oh man, hard hit on Justin Perry to Sean Henley, and then Danny Wells got into Alexander Dawson, and that was it. And that was all for all of those cars. And we're gonna go on board Sean Henley to see what he saw from that wreck. He took a hard hit.
This is gonna be pretty.
Let's take a look. There you see you got Alexander Dawson loose from Dillon Poteet. Sean Henley's going to bounce off the wall. Then watch this. Oh, my God. Sean Henley, our previous race winner, just flipping over. Going on his side. Oh, he's riding on his roof. Holy crap. Let's have a talk with one of our in-race reporters, Charles Jackson. Charles, you saw the wreck happen behind you. So when you saw the wreck happen behind you, what was your mindset?
Like the same thing that happened behind me, not in front of me. So I didn't have to worry about it too much. But it was some like I was kind of scared, but I was in front of it.
Well, you did manage to avoid it, but you ended up getting beat by Michael Norman to the line. You know that.
Well, the rookie's got some talent, so.
Yep. And now we're gonna take a look at Seth, and then we're gonna get a talk from Seth Cole, who wasn't on the very lucky side. Seth, when you saw the wreck happen in front of you, then you didn't have enough time to avoid it. What were you thinking when you just saw Barney Ward just come right up to your driver door and then was like, oh, I'm screwed?
Well, I had a pretty good view of how it started with the 14 and 43 together at the front. I don't know. I just don't understand why it was that hard of racing up at the front of the field, especially. But, we thought that maybe with the qualifying run we had starting up near the front, we'd be able to get through it. But, I don't know, just a lot of instant cars got taken out there, and I guess that just proves that no matter where you start, and then you end up
anyone can
getting
get
through
wrecked
and having the result you expected. So,
oh yes.
It's very disappointing, but I just gotta appreciate what the 24 team did for me. But it's certainly not the way we're playing in our day.
All right, thank you very much, Seth. Very unfortunate event for Seth Colby. Let's take a look at Dylan Young here. Dylan Young is gonna get the worst end of this one. Just watch what happens. Oh, right here he gets into Seth Cole, and then Brian LaFleur Jr. is going to turn him, and then Jessica Miller is going to give him a little shot, and then look at this. Look at Dylan Young flipping over. Oh, my God. Holy crap.
He's calling for a ride.
Oh, my God. I hope Dylan Young is okay. And then we also saw Sean Henley flipping over, but I hope he's okay, too. And, oh, man, something happened to Randy Carpenter. We're trying to figure out what happened to him. This is actually in front of the wreck. This happened actually in front of the wreck, and that's probably why Sean Galligan got a lot of damage.
Yep.
Oh, something's going to happen here. Oh, it looks like... No, Randy Carpenter's going to get a little shot from Chloe Lennon. And Randy Carpenter... Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, what a hit. Oh my God, that is not pretty to watch, but we got to see that again. Guys, close your eyes if you have to, because this is not going to be a pretty picture. Look at that, right, like head on between the apron and the track, the barrier, and then Sean Galligan somehow got involved in this. We're going to see how he got it. There you saw Sean Galligan is going to bounce off that divider wall. And then, oh man, Sean Galligan, a hard hit on that inside wall. But guys, I got a feeling Chloe Lennon's going to be taking a major penalty. That was just completely uncalled for right there on her part.
I
Guys,
don't know what she was thinking there. That was a very bad decision on her part right there. I don't know what she was thinking.
and we've gotten a word. Chloe Lennon has been disqualified. A
That's
bad
huge.
mistake by
Wow.
Chloe Lennon gets her disqualified, so she will finish dead last. And you know that a disqualification automatically puts you dead last in the field, no matter how many cars DNF. So a bad decision on Chloe Lennon's part takes her out of this race just like that. I mean, that could have been avoided, but that took out two very good cars who were running up near the front. And at this point, Michael Norman is the
some
lead.
people that got involved in the wreck that were gonna win the race, but not today.
That was just completely uncalled for on Chloe Lennon's part. Not a good move by the Aussie. She will be disqualified from the rest of this race. She will be parked, and she will finish dead last. At this point, Michael Norman is your leader, followed by Charles Jackson, Dillon Poteet in third. Tony Blazer's moved his way up to fourth. Wolfgang Vettel's moved his way into the fifth position. Then Zohar Manoud is sixth. Jennifer Miller is seventh. Sasha Dawson has actually scored in the 8th position. Jake Cole will be 9th, and Aaron Williams will round out your top 10. Well,
Pat's able to change between the top 2 and the 4 now. Now Dylan's ahead of Aaron again. See what happens now.
well, yes, of course, our points leader is ahead of the guy second in points now. That is Dillon Poteet over Aaron Williams, but we might end up having a green-white checkered or a one-lap shootout, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Could Michael Norman be, guys? You got to consider this. Could Michael Norman finally steal a win for the rookies, or can Charles Jackson finally get his win, or may Dillon Poteet get his third win of the season?
One of the lineup was top 2. Dylan already won this season, but Charles Jackson needs to win. Michael Norman, he can keep his hot streak going and finish it off with a win. And he can be a contender if that happens. And for the championship, he can get himself locked up and ready, at least in the upper position. Or he can actually get himself in the top 10 to keep these runs going. So you never know. And Charles Jackson just going out there to win. He wants to be out there with his teammate Dillon Poteet and represent Greater Petty Motorsports very well to see the Pepsi Cup Series. What do you have to say, Jake? How do you think? Back!
Well, that was what I was going to say there. But, yeah, I agree with you. Charles Jackson would be a contender, not only for the rookie, but for the championship. Maybe, but you'll never know.
All right, we're gonna get a word from Charles. We're gonna get a word from Charles Jackson. Hey, Charles, you're sitting pretty in second right now. Do you think you're gonna be able to win this race?
Hell yeah, I think I'm gonna win this race. What do you guys think?
Oh yes, I love the confidence in you, Charles. Good luck in the final closing laps of this race. We'll be right back after. Stay tuned, guys. The final stretch is coming right up. We're back. Pace car's giving us the 1 to go. Michael Norman's your leader. Could possibly steal a big win for the rookies, followed by Charles Jackson, Dillon Poteet, Tony Blazer, and Wolfgang Vettel. That is your top 5. Then Zohar Manoud, Jennifer Miller, Sasha Dawson, Jake Cole, and Aaron Williams 6th through 10th. Looks like we are set for a green-white checkered, guys, so hang on to your seats. This could be interesting. Here we go. Green flag is out in the air for the final time.
Green flag, green flag.
There you go.
This is it. This is it for all these drivers. It's now or never.
You don't
We're going
wreck.
to be looking all around to make sure that no wrecks occur. And
Play
now
so
Michael
far.
Norman, Wolfgang Vettel
Yep.
looking for the Michael Norman and Wolfgang Vettel battling for the lead. They're
Where
both
is-
rookies. Can they steal the win away from the veterans?
Where did you come from?
Can Wolfgang Vettel or Michael Norman steal a win away from the pros? Oh, Charles Jackson stuck on the high side.
Uh-oh.
Jennifer Miller pushing Wolfgang Vettel to the lead. Wolfgang
It
Vettel's
looks
got
like
the
it.
lead now. They're going 3 wide as they come to turn 6.
That's not going to work, and be careful.
Who knows what could happen now? This could be down to a few cars. And oh, look out. The white flag is out. 1 to go. The caution did not come out, so the white flag is out. Oh, they were close to wrecking. Oh, there they go. That's it. That's it. Zohar Manoud is flipping over.
Oh.
And Jennifer Miller, who's fourth in the Jennifer Miller's third in the points. Oh, hard hit by Jack Richards, and that's gonna be it. The caution is out. And Yoga Mikado got involved, and they're racing back to the line. This is gonna be it. This is it. Who's gonna win it? Could Wolfgang Vettel steal the win away from the pros? Wolfgang Vettel's in the driver's seat as they come through turn 5. Could Michael Norman make a challenge for him as they come into turn 6?
You need to get closer if you want to make it fast.
Wolfgang Vettel going through turn 6. Is Michael Norman going to look to the inside? It doesn't look like he will do it. As they get to the stripe, it's going to be Wolfgang Vettel with the win. Steals a win for the rookies.
Wolfgang Vettel wins here at the
Great win. Yeah! We got some people outside the booth. I think Wolfgang Vettel is going to take it over by security right now. But anyway, Wolfgang Vettel is today. Let's go!
The Wolfgang Vettel wins the race.
Congratulations to Wolfgang Vettel. A big win in the 88 machine. And Dale Jr., the owner of that car, has got to be happy. Michael Norman came so close. That close to a win for Michael Norman, but he will have to sell for second. Jake Cole. Finally, a podium finish for Jake Cole as he ends up third. It was about time where Jake Cole finally got a podium finish.
Absolutely.
Charles Jackson, a great run for him. He'll end up fourth. Tony Blazer with a great run. He ends up fifth. Aaron Williams and Dillon Poteet finish 6th and 7th. So it looks like Dillon Poteet will stay the points leader.
I knew they were close. You know, those two that ever that far together. We should have known that.
And then we're going to figure out who finished 8th, 9th, and 10th. Xavier Livingston looks like he will be 8th. We're trying to figure out who else has finished the race. It looks like we can't quite get a word here, so we're going to take you to the finishing race results. There's your look at your race results. Congratulations to Wolfgang Vettel. A big win in the 88 machine. Dale Jr.'s got to be happy as the owner of that car. Michael Norman, that close. Less than a tenth of a second, came that close to his first victory of the season, but he'll have to sell for second place, and he will unfortunately be the bridesmaid in this one. Jake Cole finally getting a podium finish. About time Jake Cole finally got a podium finish, guys. He has just been doing so poor this season. He finally has something to show up for it with a podium finish.
Absolutely. He needed this run big time. Good run for J. Cole.
Charles Jackson will end up fourth. Hey, Charles, this is Aaron Williams. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, man.
Charles, you ended up on the top 5. Not a bad day for you, don't you think?
No, not at all. It's just a product of nobody wanted to go with me. So I just got hanged out to finish 4th. Just good. But I wish I
Well, Charles, 4th place will definitely help you out in the points. So now that will help you out a lot better because you're in the top 12 in points. And if you're in the top 12 in points after round 16, you will be locked into the playoffs. So that's going to help you out a lot in the points. So a good run for Charles Jackson, a 4th place finish. Tony Blazer will end up with his first top 5 of the season in 5th. Aaron Williams and Dillon Poteet 6th and 7th. Looks like Dillon Poteet will keep the points lead. Xavier Livingston will end up Alright. Xavier Livingston will end up 8th. Alexander Jones 9th, and Sasha Dawson rounds out the top 10. Go through the rest of the finishing order now. Max Skinner in 11th, Red Bell 12th, Michael Dawson 13th, Pete Chu in 14th, James Qualls 15th, Yoko Mikado 16th. Actually, Chloe London had the disqualification, so she will be dead last. So everyone that is in this part of the finishing order, please move yourself up 1 position. Except Chloe London, you have finished dead last because of the disqualification. So as I see the rest of the finishing results, Jennifer Miller will be 17th, Zohar Manoud 18th, Jack Richards 19th, and Brian LaFleur Jr. will be 20th with a DNF. And then all of these cars, look at this long list of DNFs. Look at this. What a mess.
A lot of drivers dropped out of this race from those wrecks. We had a bunch of bad wrecks today. Didn't expect it on a road course, but it is unpredictable, or Pig's Cliff, I should say. But I don't know, it's like Monster. It's got everybody. including what our race report, Seth Cole, unfortunately, he didn't make it to the end of the race.
Well, we're going to try and get a word from Seth Cole. Seth, this is Aaron Williams. You have a copy?
Yeah, it's loud and clear.
Well, Seth, you ended up DNFing from the race. It's just very unfortunate that you got involved in that wreck. How do you feel now?
Well, I think that maybe we would have felt a little bit worse, but I was just down the line congratulating my teammate Wolfgang. I mean, he's been on a major role lately, and just so pleased for him and the 88 team. It's a great day for motorsports, and I would have loved it that it was a good finish too, but it's a little bittersweet, I'd have to say, but we'll try again next week. But once again, congrats to my teammate on his win here. Thanks, Cliff.
All right, thank you very much, Seth. Finishing 23rd in the 24 car. Bad finish for Seth Cole, but looks like he will stay in the top 12 in points. Go through the rest of the finishing order now. You see Sean Galligan, 21st, Jessica Miller, 22nd. Of course, you saw Seth Cole, Liam Ervik, 24th, Christopher Martin, 25th. 26th to 30th right now is Randy Carpenter, Matthew McMurray, James McLeod, Dylan Young, and Ryan Cooper. Go through 31st through 40th now, and that is Hiroshi Kato, Barney Ward, Justin Perry, Alexander Dawson, Sean Henley, Dion Scott, Trent Dunham, Danny Wells, Marco Rossi, and Joseph Clark. Alyssa Anderson will end up 41st, and like I said, Chloe London will end up dead last because of the disqualification.
Support for a couple of those drivers, Danny Wells and Sean Henley, they were both looking for better runs, but just got caught up in that first wreck because it's unfortunate. No, but we'll try to rebound next week.
Yeah, there's always next week. It's very unfortunate for Sean Henley, who won the previous race at Daytona, and he's not going to be happy with this run at all.
And Danny won the GameStop Cup Series race too. Was trying to sweep this week and didn't get that to happen either. So
yeah, very unfortunate
for both of them.
Yeah, very unfortunate day for Danny Wells, the GameStop Cup Series champ race winner. There you also see some notable names in the PORWC such as Trent Dunham, Christopher Martins, and of course Sean Galligan. Those guys ended up DNFing. A bad day for those guys overall. Well, Chloe London's going to end up on the worst end of that because she wrecked something. She wrecked Randy Carpenter and Sean Galligan. That could have been avoided, but she just went through with it, and that ended up costing her. Guys, it's just the patience factor in every driver, and just like that, some drivers just don't have enough patience, and then you cause a big wreck.
Absolutely. Just one mistake can cause a big mess. I mean, everybody has to start scrambling to avoid it. Fortunately, a lot of the field taken out today from ill-advised moves by some drivers, points leader out there in Dawson. But we are in other history, and we've just seen a lot of wrecks today, and there's a lot of people couldn't avoid stuff today. What do you think about it? What do you think of the racing today?
Yeah, today was pretty hectic, though. We saw two big wrecks and then we had a green and white checkered. And a lot of wrecks and a lot of good people taken out.
Well, that's it for me. I want to thank, of course, my two co-commentators, Dillon Poteet and Jake Rogers. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, no problem. Welcome.
And I also want to thank my two in-race reporters, Seth Cole and Charles Jackson, for a good amount of help. Thank you very much, guys.
Welcome, man.
This has been your PORWC president, Kevin Rabinell, signing off. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Next. Crisp, refreshing, amazing Pepsi Next. See you later, guys.
Yes, it is, and everybody but stop.